They say I'm about to be a millionaire before my 30s. Everybody wanna ride the wave, but nigga been surfing. I mean,
all right, welcome back to Chip Chat here on Rip Radio Network. I'm your host, Chip. With me is Fish.
What's up?
And that was our guest, Keywane Baltimore. Since the last time we spoke with the nationwide traveling Keywane, he was working on new music. And if you've been listening tonight, you've heard quite a bit of it. You'll notice that he has quite well delivered on that ambition. Slido's most slept on rising rock star joins us tonight. Keywane Baltimore, welcome back to Chip Chat.
Hello. What's up? Welcome
Yo. Thank you for
how you been, bro?
Man, we are doing great. It is great to hear you. And thank you for the new record. It is fantastic. And I honestly, since you sent it to me, I've been playing it on repeat or all of those. I made a playlist and
that's what it's for. I appreciate that. Like, it's different to like make the music, but to know it's actually get listened to. That's what makes it. You know, that's like I guess the plus in it.
It's some great stuff. So one of the things that you're known for, you know, one of the things that made me a fan is your social commentary, making sense of what it's really like to be you in particular, but to be a young black man in America. These tracks, these are a little bit of a departure. These are a little different. You got a lot more going on here. So you're evolving. Yeah. What's going on there?
Being a young adult in America, you know, it hits you. It hits you. You're young. You want to have fun. And it's not like my music's not always like you don't wake up every day mad, right? It's like emotions. You don't wake up every day mad. You don't wake up every day happy. You don't wake up every day sad. So it's like these are more like free spirited tracks. And believe it or not, it's still that same album that I've been promoting since the last time we talked. Waynesboro, it drops December. I haven't even dropped it since the last time we talked.
Well, I think that, you know, you might be doing that the right way. We talked to an industry insider about a year or two ago, and what she was telling us was that it's important maybe not to give everything away all at once, but to give little drips and drabs, to keep people coming back, keep them wanting, and I mean.
Nobody listens to a whole album anymore, unfortunately.
Right. Even if you write a great cover-to-cover album, nobody wants to listen. Nobody has the patience for that.
This whole entire time, bro?
Huh? Yeah.
It's both y'all? Like, he didn't even say that. He's just been quiet this whole time.
I don't think that I was here last time you were on the show. So what's up? I'm Fish. Nice to meet you.
It's a different person. Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah. Fish is new since the last time you were here.
He goes through co-hosts pretty quickly.
No, I don't. You're the second one. But Larry got Amazon Primed out to Seattle, so now I don't. You know,
Amazon Prime out to Seattle.
Yeah. No, literally, his wife got a job with Amazon, and they made him move to Seattle.
Oh, damn. I know that's good money.
Yeah.
That's good money.
Yeah, that's why he left me. I can't, you know, Trump doesn't pay us anything.
We're not paying him enough.
Not enough peppercorns.
Well, welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Keywane's been here longer than you.
Yeah.
He's OG. You're the new guy.
You know, I need to thank you, man. I need to thank you. That interview is like it inspired other people to come interview me. Like, wow. I don't know if you really recently checked me out. Like, I've been having a whole ton of interviews this year, and it's like that one, like it was like it manifested everything else that came after.
That
like,
ChipChat bump.
Like it sounded like a spark.
Yeah. The ChipChat bump is real, man. I made it up, and I used to like just tell people that. Now it turns out it's true.
Yeah. Joking, but
Celeste
that's
great.
I'm
PBS
glad that
show
happened.
from us and a TED Talk, and you know,
we're moving up.
We make everybody famous. Okay, so on the song Raw, and we're gonna play Raw. Actually, I think maybe after this, at the end of this segment. So you talk about being like in the trenches, and you know, that's a really emotional song. It's pretty heavy. So what are you talking about in that song that, you know, is a little? I mean, there's a lot going on there. I listened to it a couple of times and I felt everything.
I actually like that song reminds me of, and I don't want to like compare myself, but like, you know how like Pac dropped Brenda's Got a Baby. It's like that story nobody really ever gets to hear. And so like I wanted to keep it raw, which is like I never really said raw in the track. I think I said it maybe in the beginning. I said this track raw, but I didn't really like use it in the music, the actual lyrics. And that's what I just wanted to keep it raw, like that everything that's going on, the reality of a lot of situations, the harsh. You know, like people sugarcoat a lot of things in this world, and I didn't want to sugarcoat nothing. I wanted to just keep it all raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the perfect word, raw. Like, that's what it is. It's raw. The energy, the feeling, the emotion, the beat, where it brings you in your mind. Like, if you're open-minded, like, it, you know, a lot of people, they say, how you telling stories in such what could I put it as? It's such a, not a pretty picture. It's not a pretty picture. But
it's kind of gritty. It's kind of, I mean, it's honest.
Right.
That's the thing, is that it is really honest. And you know, people talk about songs, they sing songs about love. People sing songs about ambition. People sing songs about, you know, what's going on in society. People sing songs about their dreams. But rarely do you see all of the, you know, like nobody lives in just their ambition. Nobody lives in just their love. They live with all of those things happening to them at the same time. And you rarely get a song that really has all of those things kind of happening in that song at the same time. And in an honest and kind of clear way. So I mean, hey, don't catch me just like excited about it, but I love that's a good record.
Excited to hear it.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so you're in the recording industry, and how's that been working for you? And you know, we know it can get a little rough. What's going on out there in the record biz?
Say it again, sir?
What's going on in the record biz?
Down here?
Yeah.
Down here, I don't want to lowball anybody, but I'm learning because I'm young, and you know, being young, you get often overlooked because you're naive to a lot of things. Everything's a learning experience. You know, that's the hint of becoming an adult. Like you're going through the phase of hitting your head and learning when not to bump your head and make a boss decision. It's like some of these decisions, I'm learning that each decision is not always the decision to go with. There's a lot of people out here that are sharky, man. They say like the music game is like the streets. And a lot of people are grinding. Just like, you know what I'm saying, when we talk about the song, that's the reality of the situation. I mean, a lot of people are grinding. They don't want to really, like, down here in the South, it's not Hollywood. It's not New York. It's not Atlanta. It's not none of that. There's no opportunity like that. So, like, the artists down here, like I said, like, my music is raw. Everything's raw. Not just me, the artists, the people, the culture. Everybody down here is trying to make a way out because it's shiesty, man. There is no business. Nobody wants to learn us. Nobody wants to educate us. Nobody wants to tell us that we're supposed to be making this certain amount of money from these streams, or, you know what I'm saying, we're supposed to have this type of copyright or this type of paperwork, or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you don't have that already gone for yourself, nobody wants to be dealing with you. Or if you don't have some type of money behind you or some type of local fan base, nobody wants to get you in. It's hard to get your foot in the door. That's what I could say about the music industry now here.
Do you feel like if you had adequate representation, it would make a big difference?
With or without it, I am who I am. So, I mean, yeah, would it make a difference to the world? Would it make a difference to me? No. I mean, that's kind of what you do it for, but I love what I do. It's my passion.
Well, I was just looking you up, you know, in preparation for the show. It seems like you have a pretty decent social media presence, so you're doing pretty well for yourself.
That's how I found him.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, hopefully that turns out a little bit better. Now, before we have you play Florida or Nah, which is everybody's favorite game, we want to, you know, let's do the promotion thing. Let's hear the plugs. How can everybody follow you? How can everybody get your new record? If you're going on tour, you know, we want to know, how can everybody keep in touch?
Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, any streaming service, SoundCloud, Spotify, Keywane Baltimore, Keywane Baltimore, Keywane 504. It's Wayne's World soon, man. December, Wayne's World. You know, I'm gonna end the year good.
It's
But
coming
I
out in
also wanna
December.
say that
Is the record
Yes,
like
sir,
officially
December.
coming out?
the official release date's December.
Are you gonna tour with it?
I'm gonna try. I've been getting a lot of people. Like I said, it's like that. When I did that interview with you guys, I don't know what happened. It's like a spark. People just started hitting me up, and I started performing. I would do open mics. So I never really know what's in store for me. Like I want to, of course, I'm going to reach out and try to do things that I can best to my ability. But you never really know. Somebody can hit me up as soon as we get off the phone and offer me to come perform somewhere. And I'm there in the door in Arizona somewhere. You know, you never know. That's how life is, right?
Yeah. Right. Hey. Well, and if by some, stroke of luck, you end up in D.C. or anywhere close, if you need somebody to, introduce you or,
Yeah, in studio.
kind of, well, we'll do in studio. Of course we'll do that. But, I meant on stage, sort of.
Oh, yeah. Chip always tries to bag on other people's fame.
Yeah.
Tries to, hey, let
It's
me...
100% my game.
Let me ride your coattails.
I just want to introduce a guy. I mean, look, I'm local. He doesn't know anybody. I'm trying to help him out.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So, you ready to play Florida or Nah?
Yes, sir. What's that?
Okay. So, Florida or Nah works like this. We're going to tell you a story. We're going to read you this news article that may or may not have happened in Florida, and we're going to keep the locational details obscured, hidden from your knowledge, and you will have to determine whether this event did in fact happen in Florida or not. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I didn't read this one ahead of time, so
you want me to do it?
You give the Cliff Note version.
Okay. Well, a man was arrested yesterday after sexually assaulting a pair of large stuffed animal toys inside a Target store, according to police who arrested the fiend in a criminal mischief charge. As detailed in a criminal complaint, the guy, he's 20 years old, entered the retailer, Target, around 2 p.m. Tuesday and approached a display of merchandise featuring characters from Disney's Frozen. He then selected a large Olaf stuffed animal and proceeded to place it on the floor of the Target. He then began to dry hump the cinematic snowman until he ejaculated on the merchandise, a cop reported.
Wow.
He
That's
then
a crazy,
returned the
crazy
soiled
visit.
Olaf to the display before entering the toy department, where he selected a large unicorn stuffed animal and began to dry hump this item as well.
Wow.
After consorting with the stuffed animals, the
first one went so quick. He was like,
That's right.
I could probably have time to squeeze in
had
another
one in the chamber. He was detained while still inside the store after being read his rights. He reportedly, quote, admitted to doing stupid stuff and admitted that he had, quote, nutted on the Olaf stuffed animal.
Whoa.
Where did
Yeah,
this
I'm gonna-
happen? Where? Yeah, right. Where did this happen?
I don't know. I hope not, Florida. I hope this isn't even real. I hope nobody in their right mind would even put themselves in that predicament. That's just downright embarrassing. I don't think that's something you would want to admit to nobody.
Well, I don't think he meant to admit to it, but he did do it in public in a Target. So it's, I mean,
If I had to say, it'd be, oh, man.
You don't have to name the state. You just have to go
Ultimately-
Florida or not Florida.
yeah,
so you really have like a 50-50
it's like
shot.
a
here.
49 to
I'm
1 choice.
I'm gonna not disrespect Florida like that. Not Florida.
Not Florida?
Ah.
It was in
Oh,
Pinellas
no.
County, St. Petersburg. The guy's from St. Petersburg, and it happened in Pinellas County there. It's definitely happened in Florida because Florida. Yeah. Way to go,
Well,
Florida.
I had better hopes for Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had way better hopes for Florida. Oh, man, that's terrible.
I'll never buy a stuffed animal at Target ever again.
Yeah, well, the people of Florida are feeling a couple of different things right now. They're feeling gratitude for your confidence in them, Mr. Baltimore, but they're also pretty ashamed of themselves, as they should be.
Yeah, I can see. I can tell. That's stuff you don't come across every day. I mean, you hear some wild shit down here in New Orleans, man, but that one right there, I don't know, man.
But they're not nutting on the stuffed animals.
When the guy from New Orleans says you're doing some wild shit, you know you've crossed the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, Mitt Romney would never engage in such behavior.
Never.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We
That's
know
on Mrs. Romney.
Yeah, that's right. We know that it's late, and we know you have to get back to entertaining the people and whatnot.
Entertaining the people.
Yeah, we have to get back to nobody listening to us. But we're gonna play your song "Raw" before when we go to the break. So, do you want to set this up a little bit, or tell anybody, how you recorded it or anything like that?
Yes, sir. I was going through a rough patch in my life, and the pen was my best friend. Nobody would listen to me, and the people, even little kids around me, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like being a rapper. In my situation, like, I don't want to say too much about my personal life. You don't really have a lot of input in a lot of things because of the situation you're in. You're not in a position of power to actually have a voice. And so sometimes a lot of people over neglect that voice or that opinion you made because it's like, hey, you're not the guy with the 2 cars, or you don't have the house, or you don't have the T-shirt business, or you don't have this, you don't have that. And so it was like, that was my way to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to say my input and not give a F. I give an F about how y'all feel about my opinion, rather it matters to you or not. It matters somehow to somebody, some way somebody needs to hear this, and it's raw.
Man, that's a good way to put it. All right, well, without further ado, we're going to cue up the track. We're going to let you go, and we're going to take a break. Keywane Baltimore, thank you so much for joining us here on ChipChat. We wish you all the best.
Wayne's well soon.
Yeah, good to meet you, bro.
And we will. We're going to play
Nice
the track,
to meet you,
and when we come back, we'll come back with the third half of the show. You're listening to ChipChat on Ripped Radio Network.
Yes, sir.
Deep in the raps. It's raw. That's what did you be bringing? It's raw. I was caught up in them trenches, things got ugly for me. Hey, my bitch, you fuck that hoe, and you could love her for me. I had to get it in my head and put it all above me. Guess it was meant, now you ain't here, who gon' be loyal for me? I gotta love myself, I gotta love myself before I love somebody else. I gotta love myself, I gotta love myself before I love somebody else. I was caught up in them trenches, things got ugly for me. I ain't my bitch, you fuck that hoe, then you could love her for me. I had to get it in my head and put it all above me. Guess it was meant, now you ain't here, who gon' be loyal for me? Shorty got problems, said she get it from her daddy, but he was never there. Hard to say it, look bitch, know this life ain't fair. Harsh words, but I tell you true realities. Maintain, never fold, build your mentality. This shit could get critical, it's learning how to manage it. Walking on a tightrope, trying to find balances. Niggas try to set me back, but then I start advancing. Dealing with the cause and doubt, I'm using my advantage. Ain't no hand-me-outs, but people put their hands out. Why I try and fix the problems, ain't nobody worried about it. Something in me keep on trying, it's like my soul keep on crying, but they don't hear me though. I was caught up in them trenches, things got ugly for me. I ain't my bitch, you fuck that hoe, then you could love her for me. I had to get it in my head and put it all above me. Guess it was meant, now you ain't here, who gon' be loyal for me? I gotta love myself, I gotta love myself before I love somebody else. I gotta love myself, I gotta love myself before I love somebody else. Still I am a humble guy, I just changed my attitude. I came from the streets, but it's more than a avenue. Stuck to the boulevard, blowing down another guard. One day I'ma be a star, on the stage with awards. I'm praying what I'm living for, every day a different scar. A different battle, different war, in my mind I play it smart. I used to be afraid, but now I like hanging with the lost. I like hanging in the dark, cause someday we gon' find a way. Even if it's love or hate, I praise the Lord for better days. Till I see the heaven gates, the drugs made me feel fake. The world feeds you bullshit, you just spit it out and elevate. My mind is a storm, but my heart thumps an earthquake. I was caught up in them trenches, things got ugly for me. I ain't my bitch, you fuck that hoe, then you could love her for me. I had to get it in my head and put it all above me. Guess it was meant, now you ain't here, who gon' be loyal for me? I gotta love myself, I gotta love myself before I love somebody else. I gotta love myself, I gotta love myself before I love somebody else.